Hey, how we doing? I'm wondering if this sun is going to be a problem. I may have to come at this completely from the other side, which I don't think would be an issue. Hey, Jody, let me know if you think that sun is like super bad. It is going to set back there, so I'm thinking that I may need to move over and point the camera from the opposite direction off to my right. Yeah, I shouldn't even be going live because isn't the bait shop gonna start up in a little bit? All right, I just didn't know. Thank you for letting me know that. Maybe as the sun drops, then maybe I need to go over to my right or something maybe then, later on. It's just such a nice view. I figure I'd let y'all see some fishing rods. Hey, Tom. I'd been fishing exclusively with Uncle Lou rods for like the last month. Well, almost exclusively. And then I got caught with my whisker seekers today, so that's what we got. A little black and orange. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Alrighty, it's just me, no Lauren tonight. She decided she was going to go to the skate park instead because she thinks she's going to be a skater dude, skater chick, whatever you want to say. She thinks she's going to be all that, so. But I got some different carp bait. And of course I was going to come out and fish anyway. But you get new bait in the mail, I mean, that you just have to show up. So here we are. We have magic mango boilies on the outside 2 rods. And in the middle, we have mulberry plum, which I had some success with mulberry in the past, but this says mulberry plum. I don't quite understand why it said both, but it smells fantastic. And I got some banana and some pineapple, so I didn't bring those 2 with, but we'll try those next go around. See if we can't get a big run out of a carp. I was trying to think, for those people who don't have carp or don't fish for them, what it must be like. I guess it must be like, you know, a striper for most of you in the other waters. Big, powerful fish, can get pretty heavy, and then, what's up, Big Slim? And they take long, powerful runs. You just strip drag off the rods or reels. Rods, come on. So anyway, threw these out here. I don't even know if the drags are set all that well, but we're going to find out. Hopefully we'll find out. I was also trying to keep the camera down. I just feel like I need to work on angles a little bit more and positioning a little bit more. Usually I'm just trying to keep things standing up inside of the wind, but there isn't all that much wind tonight, so we'll try this different angle, see if it does anything, see if we like it. I also feel like usually I have too wide of a view. And then, let's face it, usually I'm just on stand day or I'm on somebody else's tournament. So you go too wide a view and you have a smaller window, then oh wow, you broke your net on an 18-pound common. Yeah, that'll do it. Anything over like 12 or 15, it's just a different kind of power for a carp. I love it. But yeah, I just figured I needed to zoom in a little bit more, maybe try to get a little closer to the rods. But even then, I got a little bit of room to the left and to the right in case I got to move over and hopefully fight a fish. I just got the rods in the water right before I pushed the live button. So they have no pre-soak time. They have only been in the 6 minutes we've been on. I probably should start doing this stuff on StreamYard, so that way I can put the link out and let people join if they want to. I don't know, I guess I haven't gone live all that much so far this year either, so it may not be a big deal. And then I just go live at like random times, but I am off next week, so if y'all are working, hopefully I'll give you something to listen to, or maybe a little bit of excitement here or there. Probably go live like maybe like Tuesday through Friday during the morning, because the girls have swim lessons at night, so that shoots out all the evenings about this time next week. Yeah, there's no doubt there. He definitely has got like the precise dimension of like how far the rod's got to be apart. You know what I really like about Haz's show is how he puts the little numbers right in front of all the rods for the viewers. I think that's really cool. It's funny how you can be live for like 8 minutes and then you just start getting antsy, like you just have to catch a fish. I mean, and let's face it, how many times do we actually catch a fish in like the first 10 minutes that we're fishing? Probably not very often. So it's a little demanding. I don't really feel pressure anymore to catch fish online. You know, I went those first like dozen lives where I didn't catch anything. I was like skunked like the first 12 times. So I think that really helped teach me to temper my expectations quite a bit. Probably too much. Yeah, speaking of Haz, the force rods are on pre-sale on triplecityanglers.com. Go get you some of that. I ordered 2, and then I was looking at some other rods, and I'm like, nah. And then I talked myself into 2 more, but ultimately Whenever I got the whole family fishing, I can put out like, I don't know, maybe like 9 rods. I just can't really cover the distance for 9 rods. So, but I'll usually put out like 6, maybe 7. If the whole family's fishing, I'll spread them down the bank a little bit, but going from one end to the other is a little difficult. Try to sit yourself up in the middle somewhere so that way you can run equal distance left or right. I'd say this is the first year in a long time that I'm giving braided line a shot. I actually took the mono off of all these reels because I've been using these reels since February. I took the mono off of them last night and I put braid on them. A couple of them have bright yellow and one of them has orange. And not that I'm looking for that line to show up on the screen right now. I mean, it's not that kind of a show, but braided line is definitely something different for me. I do like that additional capacity you get off of it. You can use a smaller reel and still have equal or more line capacity. A couple of years ago, I thought, the bigger the better, so I'd get these big reels, and now I'm just like, ugh, I don't want it. It's too cumbersome, it's too big, too clunky. And quite frankly, it's not like I catch monster fish anyway, so why should I know I want to get more casting distance, but do it this way with braid and a smaller reel rather than a larger reel and mono. I don't know. Braid's kind of a mess when it becomes a mess too. For mono, usually you can figure it out. Usually you can figure the mono out and get it out of there. A few waves and those rods start moving, and then I start thinking that it's a fish, but it's not. It's the waves. Pretty boring being out here without Lauren, I gotta tell you. Whew. I didn't figure she would come with. I figured she'd probably just chill. But then her mom asked her and Leia if they wanted to go to a park or something instead of going fishing. And then Lauren said she wanted to go to the skate park. I just hope she doesn't go down some incline or think she can do some ramp, because I don't think she's got that kind of balance yet. Not while in motion and picking up speed. It's just completely different, but not that I know. I can't skateboard and I don't skate anymore, but as a parent, you just always worry about them falling backwards and hitting their head on something. I suppose if I needed to, I could move a little bit to the right. Then I might be just a little bit more behind the rods as that sun goes down. If I'm even on line that long. You never know. Sometimes frustration takes over and then you're like, well, we'll just end this skunk at an hour. Maybe not. Maybe so. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to start seeing the when you see the real differences between catfishing and targeting other species. I don't know if I talk about it a lot or if I talk about it when I'm live or not, but I swear, like in the past, the carp would bite a little bit more. Like they'd pick it up and move it a little bit, pick it up and move it a little bit. And I don't know if it's just that I don't fish for them as much the last few years because I'm fishing for catfish more. But it seems like whenever the carp take it, they just go. And I dig that. That is just so much fun. It's so cool. You gotta respect a fish that just doesn't mess around. Not that we've seen any of that here yet in the first 17 minutes of the show, but you just look at those rod tips and you just think one of them's just gonna start bending. Try to teach Lauren about that too. How you gotta not predispose yourself to thinking, oh, you know, that first rod's gonna go, you know, because then it'll be the second or the third or whatever, vice versa. And but she's a kid, she still thinks that way. I think maybe sometimes I still think that way too. You know, you're just like, that's the one that's gonna go. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably true too, Jody. Oddly, or maybe not so oddly, I guess, I used to talk about how my shoulders would always hurt and how I was gearing up so that way I could handle things a little bit easier. But even this year, just seems like maybe the previous couple years, like fishing with lures and casting over and over again is almost like a form of therapy. Because it seems like my shoulders only hurt if I sleep in the wrong position, not from actually like a physical movement or an activity. So that's good. I still think that you get like angler's dementia when you're watching the rods. No bites yet, but I think that, like, you know, your attention moves. You're looking at the screen, you're reading chat, or you look up, and it's almost like you can see the rod was bent and then returns back to like a normal position, but it didn't really happen. Your mind thinks that it did. Hi Lee, my name is Mike. This is my first time talking in front of the group. I decided I would actually go live while fishing on my own channel rather than being on stand day or a part of a Palmetto tournament or his podcast. So yeah, this is kind of new to me too. Feels like it's been forever too. It's easy to keep a conversation going when you got Stan and Tony Harrison and Timmy and NJ or whoever else is on stand day. You know, when you got someone to talk to, it's easy. When you don't, it's just you. Of course, I'm lucky there. I can blab all day. Yep. Long time listener, first time chatter. Yeah, Robin. Usually I try to fish every stand day, weather permitting. Uh-oh. The wind's picking up. Is it bad? I'll try to get my my spare bait rag ready. I tuck it in and wrap it around the phone, and usually that helps. Of course, I'll knock the whole thing around a little bit first. And there's another person in a Jeep, and there's another person in the Jeep. No, I gotta find some of those hair curler foam things. Maybe I can get them off of one of the girls' dolls or something. Or somebody said to go look at the cheap toys at the dollar store. But yeah, I don't have anything. Actually, I have a pretty standard audio video phone jig here, I guess you'll call it. Pretty generic Amazon, you know, $15 or $20 special. And I got an iPhone 13 Max Pro or Pro Max or whatever, so the bigger one. So it takes up a lot of the space, but then I can take a bait towel and I can just sort of build like a barricade here. Oh yeah, you're right. I better not do that. Get myself in trouble real quick with the legit boss. But yeah, I just stuff this towel in there, and it just makes like a nice barrier against the wind. Also kind of protects against the sun, the sun, so maybe only half of the phone gets heated up. There really has to be something already made for that kind of stuff, though, don't you think? Guess I need to get on Amazon and look around to see if they have little sun guards or little audio video umbrellas or whatever. Holy cow, we've been live for 25 minutes and nothing. 25 minutes and nothing, that means that I probably better move these baits, huh? Yep, gotta move them. I'm not gonna sing it, Kevin, but I can see you singing it in my head. You think I throw well, huh? Well, I think I've been throwing spinning rods since, I don't know, probably since I was 10. Another fisherman's walking way down the bank. But I think he's probably fishing for bass or wipers or white bass, maybe, largemouths, just by the look of his equipment. It was like windy and wavy there for a minute. Come on, carp, where you at? Got a couple kids down the bank now. We'll see how that's going. Okay, Kevin, so I got some different flavored boilies in. I got magic mango and mulberry plum. But so far, nothing. I guess I should have thrown one of the pineapple ones out there, because usually I'm using pineapple or coconut. If I'd have put one of those out there, maybe it would have been a fair, like, 1v1v1 challenge for the bait. I don't know, 15 minutes until the boys are on at the bait shop. We don't show some sign of activity, I may just have to turn this off and then go watch that show so I can laugh and cut Chad another gigantic invoice. It's so much fun. Send him an invoice for like $74 million for an hour-long free catfish show on YouTube. Break it all down, accessorial fees and all, total it up for him. Well, I know it makes me and Brian and Haz and Freddie and Stan laugh. I don't know if Chad laughs too much, but he probably does. He probably enjoys it. I remember the first time I sent an invoice like that to Chunky, he thought it was real. He's like, dude, man, someone's suing me. I was like, it's me, dude. Look at the email. I was like, man, he's like, oh man, you wrote that up like really, it sounded really professional. I thought I was in trouble. That was so funny. Yeah, when I showed up here, like, I don't know, 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, there was only one other person on the whole bank. It was crazy. Usually this place is full no matter what, especially, you know, in the prime time summer days. Tone and Dad aren't coming up. The Mexicat was actually going to fish tonight, but he got stuck at work. Apparently some people aren't behaving well, so his work is keeping him late. Man, these polarized lenses and this angle that I have this out. I'm telling you. Maybe that's another reason why I keep this camera higher. The tripod higher. It's easier to read the chat. The wind sure does try to knock it down all the time though. Yeah, Kevin, it's probably more like a secret council now. Double secret. Comes somebody walking a big old Siberian Husky. Bet they're happier now than they were 2-3 days ago when it was wicked hot. Husky's got it rough, man, with all that fur. Yeah? No, that way doesn't sound like rods. See, I told y'all there was a gorgeous Siberian Husky gonna walk by. See that? Big old fuzzball. Yep, that's a good looking dog. Going for a walk down the beach. It's a beach to some, it's a bank to me. I mean, like there's a fine river channel out there. Old river channel down out there, so it must be fished. Oh, there's some fishermen down the way now too. Doesn't look like they know what they're doing too much. We shall see. Going left to right, rods 1, 2, 3. Three's line dropped for a little bit there. That could be something, could be nothing. And just like I said, I tried to tell Lauren not to be focusing on one rod thinking that it's gonna go, but I just have this feeling like number 2 is gonna bend. All right, I'm gonna adjust this because I'm getting tired of bending down to try to read the chat. Hopefully this doesn't get too loud and annoying while I extend these legs. Oh, that one sounded loud and annoying. It did to me anyway. I don't know about to you all if it sounded loud and annoying. All right, let's try to fix that up there. Oh, beautiful. Look at that right in front of me. Really? I don't know, Matt. My Husky used to be absolutely miserable during those hot times. So Kevin's probably getting a new anvil stocking cap since it's so Arctic down there for that sort of weight. Tonight we have Whisker Seeker medium action Chad Ferguson rods. What's up, Austin? That's funny, Jody. I'll tell you what, I don't really know too much about Sesame Street. I mean, we watched it when we were kids, obviously, but we were always singing Beatles songs. I don't really know all the songs from Sesame Street. I don't even think I know the theme song. Well, now the people I thought were... No, that's other people. People have gotten into the water right by where the people are with the fishing poles. That's not going to work out so good. So far, the bite is 0. Nothing. Kind of have high hopes for rod number 3, but the tip isn't moving. I just see the line. So that's probably a fine Iowa wave bass. That's what I used to call them anyway. But you never know. The anticipation of a bite while you're sitting on the bank is just so much more exciting and possible than when you're sitting on your couch or sitting in your chair in your living room. So here I am, just a humble angler with good carp bait and a dream. Thought they said something about it being a sunny day, but I don't remember. That's about all I remember. I know the Jimmy Houston theme song, so that's good enough. That'll take care of about anything. I mean, you know, it's hard to argue with that kind of math too, you know. If your odds go up nearly 100%, I mean, that's just the way it should be done then. I don't think there's any debating it, so that there is solid math. I don't think it's new math. I still think it's old math, but it's solid old math. So what all's everybody else got going on tonight? Another family with some kids walking along. I like how the dude who was walking the husky didn't walk behind me. He just kept on walking. That was funny. I was gonna be like, smile, you're on YouTube Live. No need to make it more awkward than it was for me though, I guess. One of the rods is covered up by a huge crack in your phone. All right. I was just at T-Mobile today helping my brother-in-law get another phone. They're on my, we have one plan for like my sister's family, me and my mom. It's in my name, so whenever they go to do anything, I show up as the account holder and authorize stuff and blah, 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 and I'm on my way. Today, my brother-in-law shows up and he has their daughter Mira with him, and she origamied up a dragon out of a Post-it note. And then I asked her if she could make 2 more, so that way Trevor, our sales rep, could rule the 7 realms with his 3 dragons. So I hope that went well for Trevor today. I assured him that it may be the funniest thing that happens to him throughout the day, and we were like the second person through the door, so. I don't think I was trying to put everybody down. I was just trying to keep it real. What? Kevin's got news? Oh, wow. Papa Palmetto, good job. Never easy to see anybody have to go through treatments. Man, just beats them apart, beats them down. When did we move the baits? Like 25 minutes? So yeah, guess we can keep these here for a little bit. Not too much longer. Reposition, because if nothing, oh, rod two. What'd you think of that one, y'all? That turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. That thing was trucking, and then it trucked some more. Oh, spider on the phone, gross, gross, ugh. Woo, that was bigger than I thought it was. Knocked my bait off. That hit that mulberry. All right. Gotta get this thing baited back up and get it back out there. Hey, did anybody see any of the other rods get hit while I was preoccupied? Let me know if you think you did. Took me a while to get that hook out. That hook was in there. All right, let's get this back out there, and I'll catch back up on chat. Well, I won't say it was unexpected. I mean, that's our target species. But that was a delightful surprise. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Look at Palmetto with the play-by-play. Yeah, man, that one buried that line. That was awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, that was everything I could ever hope for in a carp right there. I didn't weigh it, but I struggled long enough to get the hook out of its lip. I figured I'd just show it off real quick and then toss it back in the water. It felt like it was probably about 12 pounds though. It didn't have that beginning of the fat belly on the bottom where they start to get, you know, more like 15 and up, but it definitely had a big dome on it. Yeah, yeah, if I was using chunky scale, it for sure would be. But like on a really real scale, I'll call it a 12er, a teener maybe, you know. Maybe. It was nice. Sure did take off at the beginning because it dug and dug and dug and then it dug some more. But then one of its runs was kind of coming towards me, but slightly to the right. So sometimes they do that. They make a run towards the bank in an area that they know, and then they think that they can turn right back around and then maybe get loose of whatever's on them. But not that hook, buddy. Not that hook. Oh, so actually there's really no recipe. The new bait is, that was a mulberry plum flavored boilie, which I haven't fished with mulberry in probably 2 years, maybe 3, probably 3, somewhere in there. But I was starting to run out of the pineapple boilies that I had been purchasing, pineapple crush. And so I decided I'd get some other flavors, and I looked into it for about a week. So I selected Magic Mango, which we have on the outside 2 rods. No business for them yet, but they smell magnificent, and they are kind of that, you know, orangey yellow color. And then the Mulberry Plum is in the middle, and it does look rather dark purpley. I also got banana and a different brand of pineapple, but I left those 2 at home, so I'll bring a handful of those the next time I come out. But what I was saying earlier is that I'll be off next week, so I'll definitely go live a few times, and I'll try to fish for catfish and carp. Don't know what our plans are this weekend. We may go north to my cousin's house for the fireworks on Saturday night. If we do that, that means that I'll definitely miss stand day, which I really don't want to miss stand day. That might have been a strike on rod 3. I don't know. Could have been a little mini rogue wave that rocked the rod a little bit. What's up, Don R? Thought I saw you released a video earlier today, but I hadn't had a chance to go back and watch all the videos that I missed. Did you put one up today, Don? Yeah, tonight figured I'd give those 2 baits a try. They certainly passed the smell test. I don't know why, but I always worry about throwing a darker bait into the water. So that Mulberry Plum worries me. I always feel like a brighter color is what the carp are interested in. And heck, the channel cat here will eat anything too, so that could happen. I've heard of people catching big catfish on mulberry flavored boilies. I think Tone for sure, and I think Luke Nichols, he may have caught like his biggest flathead on a mulberry boilie. I thought it was. You guys ever stop to think how many years those people have been putting out videos? I mean, isn't it like 11 or 12 or 13 years for Chris Flores and Muddy River catfishing, and Luke probably about the same. Steve Douglas probably about the same. I don't know, maybe more for him. I don't know. I don't know which of the three legends came first. I don't know which one was first, second, or third for that matter, but those are the three legends to me. Yeah, Luke was the third of them. I believe it. Man, that guy made some good videos. I can get lost in his video library any day of the week. I fed my kids baby bottles during the evening, rocking them to all those videos. Those three guys. When Lauren was a baby, she thought that they were all her uncles, and Jimmy Houston as well. She thought Jimmy Houston was Uncle Jimmy. Well, great Uncle Jimmy, since he's a little older. And then befriended some of the other people here, and that's when Uncle Kevin, Uncle Roger, Uncle Mark. I think she let Chad become an uncle. Uncle Brian. Of course, that was all set in motion by Kevin calling him Uncle B. So, man, we've had some good times, that's for sure. Yeah, Pops, I probably should have waited, but it didn't feel as big as the big one I caught the other weekend. So it's probably in between, probably like a 12 or a 12 and a half maybe. It might not have seemed super long, but man, it sure was thick and heavy. And a fine swimmer. Yeah. Yeah, if we leave YouTube running, it always goes. Hey, are we back? It said unable to connect, unable to connect. Hey, what's up, Curtis? And E, what's up, E? Keeping Curtis in line? Lord knows he needs it. That's strange that every now and then your phone will just be like, oh, hey, we can't connect. No bueno. No bueno. Hey, guys, I actually caught a fish. Yep, it was actually a pretty nice carp, too. I didn't weigh it, but I showed it off, and it took me forever to get the hook out of it. So, man, I got these, they're called Ronnie rigs. And if you look into carp fishing, I got to tell you, these things are pretty cool. But because they swivel, so it should be able to direct the hook into the carp's side, the side of its mouth or lip or whatever, fairly well, no matter what. So they are pretty neat. But usually, when you make a Ronnie rig, you use one of those curved carp hooks. Now, oddly, or maybe not so oddly, that's what I should rename the thing. I swear I've said that 3 times already tonight. I'm not a huge fan of a curved carp hook. I just like a size 2 Gamakatsu or a wide gap carp hook, just because it's bigger. But most of these Ronnie rigs are made with those curved carp hooks, but the way that it's constructed, it's really neat. There includes some shrink wrap over top of the little hinge there where the hook is attached. So you add that angle with that curved carp hook, and it really points it right into that lip or that side of their lip or whatever, and really gets it. So it's an interesting angle they create. Very, very interesting, very cool. So we all do it okay after I hit that reconnect button. It's still ticking, so I'm assuming I'm live. Yep, okay. All right, thank you. Is it time for the bait shop yet? Oh, oh wow, they're already 20 minutes in. My bad. My bad. But hey, sometimes people want to fish, sometimes people want to talk about fishing, some people want to get multiple devices out and do both. I usually run one on the TV, maybe one on the tablet, and then one on my phone. If there's three going at the same, if there's more than three, hey, then I got to pick and choose, and I watch one later. Usually I watch a talk show later because, let's face it, you can catch up on those. And the live fishing, I mean, you feel like you're there. I don't know. It's just like something like sets your soul at ease to let you know, that even if you aren't fishing, you're fishing with someone. Calming, soothing scenario, comforting scenario. I should have brought a book. I could have read a book and put you all to sleep. All right, there's always room for Jello. Yep, every time I catch a fish, and Lauren's not with me, I always end up feeling guilty because, like, she should have been there, so that way she could have been the one reeling that one in. I would have weighed that one then, because that would have been right around her heaviest carp ever. Right in that range. See some fish jumping around over by where the right bait is, yet nothing is picking it up, sad to say. Yeah. Yeah, the wheel and deal worked because we knew he wanted out. But the very hungry caterpillar didn't work on him that day. No, worked on me. You even say the words "a very hungry caterpillar" and I start yawning. No, I don't think you want a bedtime story, KP. Because Thursday, what, don't we have Snagging Night Live tonight? You got the bait shop. You got, well, no, you don't have Panfish Nation anymore. But I thought Snagging Night Live's on tonight. Or was that yesterday and I fell asleep and missed it? I don't know. There's a lot of shows. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it's tonight. Nice sailboat out there. Just spinning around very quickly. Don't know why. There's a car driving down into the gravel parking lot, turning around. Oh, there's rod 2 again. You see it? You see it? Come on, 2. I can't believe that laid off of it. Did you see that? Okay, Uncle Jeep, we got Magic Mango boilies on the outside 2 rods. No activity for them as of yet. And we got Mulberry Plum up the middle. Caught a big one a while back. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes back or so, maybe more. And I didn't weigh it, but it was a nice one. It's probably like 12 pounds or so. Just had a couple nice tugs on that middle rod, but it might have hit it and quit it. Now rod number 3 has gone slack, so I'm thinking that the pack bait has probably come off of the spring sinker, which really isn't a sinker because there's like 0 weight to it. But I think that it may have come off that spring and it might now be getting pushed around by the water. But we're going to leave that number 3 for just a little bit in case it happens to be a fish. It'd be nice to double up here. Got a car parked right behind me. I don't know if you guys have many pet peeves, but one pet peeve I have is I don't like people behind me. Come on, you coming back for number 2? Doesn't look like it. I don't know. I don't see a carp able to quit that. So maybe it's a different species. Well, there we go. Now we got 2 young punks parked behind me. Fantastic. The 3rd line looks like it's going out just a little bit. Actually, they all kind of look like they went out a little bit, so that can be wind or waves, but I do anticipate all the pack bait kind of being washed away from these things anytime now, with the exception of the middle one, since we caught the fish and I had to redo the whole thing, so. Might have been a little bit more interest in 2 there. Maybe, maybe not. And there go the 2 young knuckleheads. They're on their way somewhere else. Fantastic. We wish them well. The one in the truck is probably looking for his muffler. Seems to have fallen off somewhere. As is the story with most Mopar products. Yep, I'm using boilies with some pack bait. I actually just use our family dough ball recipe as my pack bait. Cornmeal, dough ball. I actually walked down the bank a little bit, maybe 15, 20 feet or so extra, and then chucked that third rod to the right. I think when I redeploy it here in a moment, I'm gonna cast it not so far out there. Try to cut that distance down because I can see some activity out there. Try to get underneath that maybe. All right, I'm going for 3. If 2 takes off, somebody holler at me, in case I'm not paying attention. No, doesn't look like it's doing anything. See, no pack bait. When my pack bait falls off, there's no real weight to keep that thing in place. Because all this is just a little plastic tube with a spring around it. But thankfully, when that happens, there's usually a pretty obvious drifting of your bait. Your line goes slack, your bait drifts off to one side. So it's not like it's some big surprise. I'm not going to be patient with that middle one either. I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to check the boilie Since I haven't fished with them, I'm worried that maybe they're easy to knock off and I don't know it yet. Nope, that bait was still there. Good to know. Just feel like I was too impatient maybe. But no big deal. It's still there. 115. Yeah. I mean, I bet when it's 99 compared to 115, you're gonna feel fantastic, which is also just completely insane that 99 could feel that good. Yeah, you know, that's the rumor, Stan. That's the rumor. You're not on the bait shop? Bait shop still going? Should be. Today's Thursday, right? I don't even know. Have to look at my watch. Yeah, it says it's Thursday. All day. Yeah, I did not cast that second rod where I wanted it to be. I went way left of my target. Goes to show you, you can't do your stuff when you're annoyed, you know. Gotta divorce yourself of all that negative energy when you're fishing. Gotta have the big fish energy. Gotta keep those positive vibes. Like the people's champion always tells us. The people's champion is Has, if you didn't know. Ooh, ooh. it got me, y'all. Did you see it? It spit the hook. Oh man. It didn't feel big because it was zigging and zagging all over the place. But hey, you got to applaud them when they beat you. And that one just got me. Well, the mango, that was a mango boilie. Yup, it threw me those head shakes. Uncle Jeep, you know him. Threw that head shake and spit that hook. That's the soft, rubbery carp mouth that people often talk about. That's why you loosen your drag a little bit. That's why you use lighter equipment so you don't rip that hook right out of their mouth. And it still happened anyway. I'll check the drag, see if maybe it's one tick tight or something, but you know, sometimes they beat you. It's a nice takedown though. I applaud the little guy for that. You see that? It didn't take that long. That just took a couple minutes. I mean, I repositioned. Did I reposition all of them or just reposition two of them? I can't remember. Yeah, I repositioned the two and then I repositioned the third one, but it still had its stuff on there, so it didn't take too long. And there's a good lesson there too, because I had seen some activity in that area, so I said I was going to cast shorter and try to get into it. You know, the carp are inquisitive. They go to check things out. Yeah, the drag didn't feel too bad. It's just a good head shake and a victory for the carp. Yeah, I was just worried that it'd be too bright on the camera, but honestly, I think that the camera does better with that than my eyes do. So we'll stick with this camera angle unless y'all tell me to slide over and try to get some of that sun out of there. So usually when we would carp fish in the past, we would not use rod holders like this. So this is definitely something that I've learned from catfishing, the study of catfishing and watching many of you. I do like this style of rod holder so long as the bank is conducive to it easily going into the ground. In the past, we would have our rods parallel to the ground, and then you could detect the line going forward or backwards very easily. But I really like this angle. I like these rod holders, and I feel like, as with catfishing, that it makes the equipment work for you. Because, I mean, the fish is hooked for you in the rod holder, you know. What more can you ask for? But you got sharp hooks, you got a nice rod with a nice action. Set your drag accordingly, and it should work, you know. It's pretty cool. You definitely have to be a little bit more patient than what we've been talking about, or what we had experienced when we were younger, or how we were taught. It was always a treble hook or a straight hook, so you'd actually have to yank back and set the hook. And I just don't do that anymore. If I do it, I tend to miss. So I'd much rather keep the rod in the rod holder and then pick it up, hopefully when it's set. And even if it's a catfish, I don't yank back on it at all. I just trust that the hook is sharp enough that it's done its job and it's pierced the lip or the jaw of the fish, and that it's gonna handle business on its own. Yeah, it's really taken me some getting used to, Jeep, but it's definitely something that I didn't want to talk about too soon, because it seems like it's such a typical rod position for catfish anglers. You know, I didn't want them to just be like, wow, this guy's really smart, you know. We all use rod holders that are like this, and he thinks it's something special, but I really think that it is. So I've thought that since like the beginning. You can see how the anglers use that, not just for their show or you know, whether it's a live show or not just during their live broadcast, but they use those rod angles depending upon how they want to present the bait. And I just think that that's it's a real good detail. And then of course when the wind is blowing, you know, viciously, it's a lot harder. Definitely depends on how you angle your rod holder to hold your rod into the wind. And when it's really windy, I want to use a heavier rod, just so that way the rod doesn't get pushed around as much, or it doesn't bend too much, just because of the wind. But then I also worry that it's going to be so heavy that when the fish does take the rod down, it's actually going to pull that hook out of the fish's mouth, and then lose the chance for the proper hook set. But hey, that's the game we play, right? Yeah, no doubt, man. I've been on that. I've been in that situation a lot. Yeah, I like to use the high vis line just so that I can see it, but I also don't like to give them too much slack, just because if they do hit the thing, I mean, these are some wicked sharp hooks. I really want them to get it. Now, that I think I tighten it up more when I'm catfishing, and I think that I do let it go a little bit slack when it is carp fishing that I'm doing. So, oh, here we go. Swimmer coming towards my rod number 3 bait position. Goes to show you it's not too deep out there, though. Not too deep. I think they're just bouncing off the bottom.
Catching anything?
I caught a couple carp. That's what I am trying to catch, but one of them was pretty big.
Pickle them?
No, I just throw them back in. I just want to enjoy the fight. Oh yeah.
Getting catfish?
Oh yeah. I don't have any baits targeting them right now, but yeah, there's some big channel cats out there. There's a real good old river channel right out there. What's that?
The old riverbed right through there?
Oh yeah. This whole bank.
Well, I think the trout is off the rock.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My daughter always wants to go off those rocks. She's like, let's go over there, let's go over there. But she's 7. I don't want her to fall and get hurt in the rocks, you know? Yeah. Yep, just enjoying some fishing on the bottom. Live on YouTube. Very much so, yes. And lots of rock here and there. There's a bunch of timber down maybe just ever so slightly to the right, so you get lots of channel cats in there too. Some of them get pretty big. They'll run through this bank every now and then, but I just don't know exactly what time and if they have a flight pattern that, yeah. I know that a lot of people keep trying for them closer to that end of the bank. Yeah. They catch a lot of white bass there too. Yeah. I saw a flathead right by the edge of the water. Probably had a head about that big on it. And it turned and just boiled the water probably, I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you know, he's probably there eating all those white bass too.
Yeah.
Happily eating them.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the lake.
Yeah, it's a great lake. Very fun. Having lived in Des Moines my whole life, it's really fortunate that we have this good of water, you know, this close to us.
I've lived here.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yep. Some people tell me that the carp are a lot bigger over there.
Over by the spillway?
And again, there's lots of rock that you can walk through to get to the bank. I'm gonna have to go try it just to see.
You have to get your boat out with the duck finder.
Yeah, people have told me that they kayak over there and they say that they hit 30-pound carp with their oar. Now, usually when somebody brags about the size of a fish, it gets slightly exaggerated. But
it was this big between the eyes.
But when they know that their kayak is 12 foot long, and they say that, you know, it's probably about a quarter of the length of the kayak, they may not be wrong about that. They may just be wrong about the weight. So it may not be 30 pounds. It may be 25, but it's got to still be big. Yeah, yeah. And a story I got to go check out. Yep.
There's a little bit of point.
Yep.
Out there. I don't know what's that access over there. Is that,
I can't remember the name of it, but they say to go south of that, and that's where they see a lot of them. But yeah, I'll have to go check that out pretty soon.
Oh, see, I saw the fish jumping, but they're running back together.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna head out.
All right. Well, enjoy your walk.
Enjoy your fishing.
That's cool. That guy says he's lived here for a long time. Come on, fish. Give us another. Dang, I already fished all the way through the bait shop. I'm gonna have to bill Chad quadruple for those 2 fish that I caught. $444,000 per pound since he ran his show over my successful fishing live stream, proving that the new bait flavors are winners. Can you guys see that swimmer out there going towards that buoy? Oh, here's the husky. Did you have a good walk, puppy? Yeah? Yeah, you know a dog lover when you see one, don't you? No. The dog just knows that I speak husky. 'Cause I do. Yep. With a husky, all you gotta do is talk and then just start howling. Then they'll tell you all about it. Come on, rods, give me another amazing takedown. Come on. Says we got 11 people still watching. Come on, give them another. Please, I mean, you know, yes, it is greed. It is greedy. We didn't get to see the second fish, but we got this. We got the fight. I lost a channel cat the other day, or last month when I was fishing with Spencer. Didn't even get to see it, and he's like, well, you got the best part of it. And he's right. You got the fight, you got the best part of it. Lauren's probably gonna be mad. I go home and tell her that I caught big fish. Caught a big fish and lost another one. She'll probably be like, good, I'm glad you lost the second one, because you shouldn't be fishing without me. That's usually what she says anyway. She is not a fan of being left behind, even when she's the one who opts not to go. Then she gets mad, not just at me, but also at herself for making the decision, even if it's right, you know. Fishing can be frustrating for kids. Can't go every single time. Plus, she's been itching to get to that skate park. You guys got me back now? Apple Watch, blah, 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 blah. What's that mean? My brother called me. My nephew caught the biggest largemouth bass he's ever caught in his life, and he said he was so excited about it he didn't even want to put it back in the water. He's like, I want to keep it. This thing's huge. And was the video still running even though the audio was interrupted? My brother didn't know. Oh, it was like black screened? Hello? That was scary. You thought I was gone for good? Back again. Craziness. What are we doing? Yeah, anyway, interrupted by a phone call from my brother. He was trying to identify a fish. He wasn't sure what it was, and my nephew caught the biggest largemouth he's ever caught. So, uh-oh, I touched the screen. Did I freeze it up again, Jeep? See, that's why when you do stuff, don't touch anything, you know? If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. Start it and then just go with it, you know? Yeah, so my brother called me. He wanted to know if it was a wiper or a striper. And of course, what he doesn't know is that there are no stripers in Iowa. There are only hybrid striped bass. So the wiper is the only thing that we have here. But he said that Quentin got on a paddle boat, went out into the lake and caught one. And it's not a huge lake, but it's definitely big enough for a paddle boat. And then he caught a big largemouth. So awesome. He's totally pumped up. He's really been into fishing lately, and honestly, he's really good at it too. So everything comes rather easily to him. He's a natural at just about anything he puts any time to. So good, good, good. Yeah, my brother thought that the bass was probably in the 3-pound range somewhere. So that's pretty awesome. These little choppy waves keep giving me hope, keep making me think that I'm getting a bite, but we all know I'm not. Because when the carp takes it, he gone. So it's pretty obvious. Really? I never thought about it that way. I just usually think of it, if I got wind, I got waves. Or if I got boats, I got waves. Yeah, there's a carp jumping out of the water right above my bait. Come on, man. That's just mean, man. That's just mean. When we were younger, we always thought that if the carp were jumping, then that meant that, you know, they're active right there. And active meaning actively feeding. But that's not actually why a carp jumps. So I researched later on in life. But what I will say is, I swear that there has been like one carp jumping in the past, and I have successfully caught that fish. I swear it was the same fish. Because after I hooked it and sword lipped the thing, then after that, nothing bit. The day was done. Thought we might have had a little bit of a taparoo on number 1 there. That's the other thing about carp. Sometimes they just suck that bait in and they just stay on it and just keep sucking it and rolling it around in their mouth like a piece of candy. You don't even know that they're on it until they move. And then that's when kablamo, big old carp takedown. But they may have been sucking on your bait for 5 minutes. They just were hovering in place and didn't move. They're tricky. Yep, they're deceivers. Oh, that person was still out there swimming? Yeah. I think they're in now. I don't know. The sun is like staring right at me too, so trying to stare at the screen. And then of course I've got polarized lenses on, so then that messes the screen up, so it makes it harder to read. So then I gotta pull them down and stick my face into the phone like Stan does. But thankfully I've got the back camera on, so y'all don't see me pulling the John Parker on this phone. But it's also just because that light is just like blinded me. So I need to get up on those little letters and read those words out. It's crazy. Put your chair on the other side of the phone and pull it chunky. Well, then I can't read the chat. I'd have to reverse the phone too, or the camera too, I guess. Then I'd have to hop up, donkey kick the phone or the chair out of the way, run around the phone, trying not to trip the whole time. Man, that donkey kick is still epic funny. The Mexicat sent me those videos to post since I was in some of them. Oh man, that donkey kick one was good. You know, you sit here and you focus on your rods, and then you start to think to yourself, man, somebody could probably come and take all the stuff out of the bed of my truck, and I probably wouldn't even hear or pay any attention to it at all. Is this the longest that we've gone without having like a legit bite? Oh, the donkey kick, I believe, is in my Mexicat archive video that references, I don't remember if it references them by name. It might reference Chunky or Rods of Power or something. Oh, come on, one. Even that little movement, and I'm just all ready to jump up and run for a rod. Come on. Let's have some more fun. It's mango, trust me. It smells magnificent. You want to try and give it a taste. When they don't hit like that, or like it, you know, it could be one of them bumping into the line. So that's another reason why I didn't cast these out quite as far, just in case. The big one that we caught first, that one was way out there. That one was downtown, down the middle of this chute. And the one that we lost, that one was more shallow, down the right side. Oh, that couple's walking back by. If a rod goes down, I'm gonna make him catch it. So I think he said he hadn't caught carp. Come on, two. Let that be a fish. Come on. Sun's supposed to be down in like 41 more minutes, but it looks like it's a little bit high up there for 41 minutes. Might actually be more than an hour before it actually drops. This is usually the time of day when my brother would catch carp. Later in the evening, right as the sun's going down. I usually catch them in the morning between like 10 and 2. I guess that's afternoon, right? Morning, afternoon. There you go. Get that donkey kick in there. That's what we're talking about. Kevin, you remember when Elston lit his own leg on fire? He lit his pant leg on fire because he got too close to his buddy heater. Lit his overall leg on fire. That was funny.
Find you a hook.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's nice.
Where'd you find that?
It was just laying back there, dude. Well, it was a leader.
Yeah.
You just need to retie it up
It's
here.
it might actually be one of my hooks.
Oh, there you go.
Man,
I returned it.
I'm
How
glad
nice.
I'm glad it didn't go into somebody's foot. That's a Whisker Seeker triple threat 4-aught.
Yeah. That's a, yeah.
I've been sitting here telling my friends that I hope that one of these rods goes down and gets buried by a carp, so I'd make you reel it in.
Okay.
But it's
I'm right here.
they just been pecking away.
I'll be right here.
All right,
Yell at me. I want to get on that video of yours.
there you go. Come on, Rod. He's right there. Come on, somebody take it down. He's ready, willing, and able. Come on. Yeah, it looks like one of my leaders. He said he found it laying down over there. I don't know though. I haven't fished that far down the bank in a while. But it looks like something like I would have cut off and just switched. It's not rusty or anything. And I don't know what you call this knot. Roger had, what's the guy's name who fishes down there at Doc Lang? He had Doc Lang show everybody on TV how to make this knot. So, and then Dieter showed it as well, and that's when I learned it. 1 and 2 are both moving around now. Oh, you know what? They laid down on a blanket just past me here. Yeah, they're just past here just a little bit. So if one of these fish does take this thing off, he is right here. Come on, fish. Oh yeah, one's definitely getting messed with. See, the rod tip's not moving, but as a carp fisherman, I'm so used to watching the line. Here we go. Come on, one. Do it to it. That's strange though. 1 does it and then 2 does it. There we go. Come on. Come on. Let's do a double takedown. Then he really will come over and help me. You see him? The count is technically 1, but I lost one right at the bank. So you could call it 1 and a quick release, but it's definitely not 2. We got some fish toiling around with rods 1 and 2 here. So of course that's when I probably take my attention off number 3, and then number 3 will get buried. Come on, fish. I made the acquaintance of a beachgoer who said that he's lived right around here for 40 years or more, and so they're sitting on a blanket maybe 50 50 feet, 100 feet to my left. So if one of these rods gets buried, then I'm gonna holler and get him over here to reel it in. Maybe not holler. I might just wave. I don't usually holler. Yeah, 1.75. It was little, and it threw me some head shakes, and it spit the hook out, but I didn't actually like plainly see the entire size of the fish, but it definitely was not large, because the little carp zips all around the place, all sorts of directions, and makes real quick directional changes, and it's just kind of generally annoying. And then that's how they get off the hook. All right, looks like number 2's getting ready. There's a nice carp. Took a little jump out there. That's way shallow too. That's way close. I reposition these rods. I might not put them out very far at all. Come on, 1 or 2. Come on, 1 and 2. A brother just sent a message. They've probably caught 10 or 15 fish tonight, so that's good for them. They're catching largemouths and wipers and bluegill. They aren't harvesting any. They're just catching them and releasing them. Another carp jumping out there. May just have to reposition all of these slightly to the right and then vary them just a little bit. Come on, fish, somebody's got to commit. Yeah, you aren't kidding, Kevin. Perfect nap noise. The thing that's keeping me awake is the fact that I always babble, and I'm so anxious I want to catch another fish. It was so exciting, felt so good. Feel like I could probably move rod 1 now and probably not care too much. Rod 2, I just don't feel like I want to move it. But I want to move both of them ever so slightly to the right. So I really want to move both of them. That's fishing for you. Overthinking it. Overthinking it, trying to give it all human characteristics when it doesn't, trying to act like there's some sort of specific thought process. but really the carp is just an underwater vacuum cleaner. And all the while, I feel like the third rod is perfectly positioned. And nothing for that one right now. Craziness. Whew. There's a yawn for you. Loop the video, there you go. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to take some screenshots of that. Looks good. Be nicer if that middle one would just go down. We'll get a nice takedown angle in here too. We've lost our wind. Yep, happy little mistakes, man. You said that perfectly. That's fishing. Sometimes we make the right mistake. Right now, I'm just trying to let it play out because I am fishing with pack bait. And that's what makes me want to stay in one place more than anything else. If I were to take that spring sinker off there, put a regular sinker on it, I could reel it in and out and move it quicker. Put it here or there for 10, 15 minutes and then move along. But a lot of carp fishermen, including Jeremy Wade, believe that some of the wiser, bigger, older, smarter carp will sit there and stare at something for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even 45 minutes or an hour before they finally decide to swim over there and suck it up. Line one's bouncing now too. Come on, fish. Come on. Well, that kind of renews my faith in myself that I was doing the right thing by trying to be patient here. I don't know if you can see those subtle little hits there, or if you can see the line going in and out here or there, but it is happening. And now number 3 looks like it just got stretched a little bit, stretched and dropped. So anything can happen. Nothing's happening, but anything can happen. If we were catfishing, I bet we'd have all 3 of them go down at the same time. Kid runs into the water, says his shorts are wet. That's because you ran into the water. Still no fish. Maybe I should have reeled them all in and moved them all. You talking like Danielson? Yeah, Danielson. You make good balance. Come on, two. Come on, two. Go for it. Yep, here we go. He's gonna fall in the lake. Don't worry though, it's very shallow there. No problem. When he falls in, all he's got to do is stand up. It's like 1 foot deep there. It's okay. Their mom's trying to get him over there. I don't mind. I don't mind. Come on, Danielson. I mean, I like being patient, but now I'm just feeling like I'm way too patient. Come on, two. Renew my faith in the word patience, in the virtue of patience. Come on. I mean, 1 or 3, you can step up too. I mean, just go for it. Think like Rocky Balboa and go for it. Oh, jet skis are going in now. That may affect my fish really quick. Why would you be putting in your jet skis when it's going to be dark and 30 minutes? Oh, something definitely messing around with 3 again and 2. Come on, fishy. Like Trish says, they're bad boyfriends. They can't commit. Come on, fish. Come on, 2. I should go reel down on that thing. It's probably 1 pound. Or it's a half-pound drum. It's a half-pound drum. It can't even ingest the boilie. It's too big. Yeah, the countdowns. I remember running the spreadsheets for your knot tying tournaments and stuff like that too. Yep. I'd get some chips or I'd make some popcorn or something. I was good. Come on, 3. I saw that. You see 3? It like quaked. Come on, 3. 3's gonna go. Come on, 3. That hit it like a fish. Like a real fish. Come on, champ. Come on, get big quick, 2. Yeah. We still have some good times though too, man. Tournaments, shows of every different variety. You got another tournament. Is the Whisker Bowl next weekend, Kevin? Or is that the Tour de Whiskers? Nah, Big Slim. I'm still sitting on one landed and one lost at the bank. We've had little tap tap taparoos on every rod. 2 and 3 are both going, so it can't be the same turtle. We got a kayaker out. I thought there was 2 kayakers out there. Got somebody launching 2 jet skis, you know, since the sun's about to go down. Got a couple cool kids over here to our right with their mom. Got some nice folks to the left. He did say he would reel in a fish on the live stream if we can hook one. We were enjoying a picturesque sundown until this vehicle went to launch these 2 jet skis right here. Yeah, I'm thinking about hooking it. I mean, if I hook it and land it, I keep it, you know. I don't have to release that one. Now there's hits on number 1. All 3 of them got these weenie hits going on. Probably baby channel cat. Baby catfish. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Turned around there for a second. Whoa! We got Robbie Marino in here. Holy cow. Yeah. You'd be surprised. The bluegills will actually strike a hair rig with a boilie on it. My nephew Jake has caught them on a hair rig, but it just had nightcrawler on it. But yeah, they will hit it. Vicious little hungry dudes. Dude, I can't even believe that actually. I watch him on every social media platform that he's got. I think he's a Mad Cats angler now, isn't he? Robbie, you with Mad Cats now? Or do you just have Mad Cats and you still have other rods too? No way. You did that, Big Slim? That is awesome. And what a great add to the conversation. There's the 2 kayakers. They might be coming in. Oh yeah. Trophy cat. My bad. PJ Kirker. Man, every time I snell those hooks, man, I just bleed all over the place. This thing stick me so bad. Good hooks, like them. Viciously sharp. Holy cow, there's Mr. Lyle. And we got Robbie and Mr. Lyle in here. That's a good feeling right there. We got tippy tappies on every single rod, but yet nothing wants to take it down. Got a jet ski out there now, so I'm sure my time is limited. Caught a big old carp earlier, probably, I don't know, an hour and a half or more ago. It was probably in the 12 to 14 pound range, probably 12 or 13. I didn't weigh it because it took me too long to get the hook out of its mouth. I just wanted to get it back in the water. And now, I don't know, we may be getting punked by turtles or punked by little drum or something, but they just won't take it down. Is it seeming to you like that jet ski's moving closer over here? Maybe. Holy cow, now Mr. John Parker's in here. Matt, you're a trophy cat guy? I didn't know that. That's awesome. I kept asking PJ when he was going to make some spinning rods. Because ultimately, I'm still a spinning guy. I'm learning though. I'm getting better. I can do low profile bait casters fairly well. And I got a couple of the PC Fun Chaos 50s. I got the black paint job. So I got to get those mounted when I get the force rods. And or I have some Casking cap stands I'll put on those. So that way I can keep going. Man, this line on number 2 just keeps going in and out and in and out. And they just won't take it. I bet this fish is as big as my thumb. Yeah? All right. Well, you know me. I got money now, I got money later. And fishing is all I want to do. So I'll get on them. I did take a look too, just to see what was out there and what was in stock, since I'm trying to learn the bait casting reels, get better at them. I just think that I don't do so well with my thumb. I think that I get complacent and then kaboom! No way. That's funny. That's funny, Kevin. But that being said, you know, hey, you rush something through production, it doesn't exactly turn out to be a banger. You liquidate and you move on. The stock may end up at overstock.com pretty soon or something, and go from there. Well, they might have sold what? 10? I'll say 10. Because I didn't buy 2. That's why I won't say 12. Anyway. Yeah, you want some kayak rods, huh, Robbie? That sounds cool. Seems like everybody who gets on those yaks really has a good time. Don't you think that jet ski just keeps getting closer? See how it just keeps drifting over here? I don't even know how to mute this. That's just crazy. Yeah, see? It just keeps drifting over here. Yeah. You dare me to hook it? Ugh. Well, here goes nothing. Yeah, it looked like it was on an anchor, but it sure was drifting. He just picked the thing up and just started walking it away. Nah, that kid definitely doesn't have any clue, Kenneth. There's no way. These boys right here, these boys are fun. But they're just having fun by the water. Man, that mulberry plum sure does smell good still. Been in the water for over 2 hours. Or about 2 hours, yeah. I think it knocked the bait off. So yeah, this is the second one. Man, that thing smells good. Looks kind of purpley. Ooh, it smells good. I like that bait a lot. Yeah, did you see that I cast that rod, or I cast that line out? I sent it over him. I just wanted to see if he would pay any attention, but I wasn't trying to get him. I mean, I could have, but I didn't. Yeah, night fishing on Saturday. All right. Good, good. I casted that line back out because I see some fish going to the top of the water, and some of them don't look like carp. Some of them look like they're big channel cats, but anyway, I think we'll chop this thing here and close to the 150-minute mark. Hey, is anyone else on live tonight? Is it Snagging Night Live? I think it's Snagging. Can't remember. I gotta tell you too, I think I'd rather just have Panfish Nation be on both nights, Wednesday and Thursday. Then they can do some Saturday jig tying. They can go live anytime that they want, because let's face it, anytime to catch panfish is a good time. And then Mr. Lau can still do Monday night. Maybe we just give them Tuesday off, and they can Sunday and Tuesday, and then they can do every other night of the week or day, depending on whether they're fishing or not. And man, at panfish tournaments were fun. I think that was a good deal. I love being part of the Palmetto 300, and I really liked watching the whole month of panfish tournaments. And I know they're not over. I know there's still more, I think. So very exciting. Like that a lot. I got to look back in the chat too. Kevin, did you say when the Tour de Whiskers was? Is it this month or next month? This month? I think I could do it. I think I could start clear down. There you go. I was too early. I think I could start down at the end of this bank, and I think that I could catch a channel cat every 50 to 100 foot. I bet I could probably do it. The only thing I don't know is how long this bank is. Oh, they're putting 3 kids on that jet ski. They're skinny. It should work. I bet this bank is probably I don't know, it might be 700 yards. That's right. That's right. I thought about that too, but I may want this much bank because I know I have signal here, and I know that I could probably catch a good channel cat in at least half of it. So I could go right, left, and but if they do move in or out, I definitely have, you know, some space to work with that should be productive. So, yeah, that's going to be exciting. That's just it's a really cool concept. And I don't think that it's bad for boats either because of, you know, some rivers. Oh, one's getting a little dancy here. Because of some rivers, so long as you have some signal, you know, you may be able to just go to the other side of the channel. You could go widthwise. You don't necessarily just have to go lengthwise. So, yeah, that's true too, Kevin. So true. Because so many of us fish spots, we don't fish patterns. And it's definitely a big takeaway that I've learned also while catfish. Okay, all three of them fell off the jet ski. They're laughing. They're okay. They're all swimming towards the jet ski. See them out there? See them out there? Yep. That's them off their jet ski. They had two, but they only launched one. There's our sunset. I know I've gone a few minutes extra, but you know, you start talking about a good topic like good tournaments that have been going on, good tournaments that are coming up, you know, it's fun. It's fun to think stuff up and watch a good idea turn into a great time for a lot of people. That's cool. I like that a lot. Well, I think I'm going to get away from these little dinky fish here. The fun kids over there, and oh, maybe not. Oh, I was halfway out of my chair. Did you see one get pegged there? Come on, that's just mean, man. You did all that and you didn't hook yourself? Yeah, I usually leave just a little bit before this because I like to leave with the sunlight, because there's some bucks that cross the road on the way between me and home, and I don't much care for that. But does somebody fish after Snagging Night Live? No, that's tomorrow I'm thinking of. Tomorrow you got Stan, and then Jody, and then Ed Evans. Yep, that's right, Matt. You're absolutely right. They said he's packing up. Get it. Get it. Oh, too funny. Oh, that's funny. All right, we're really going though. We're going. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for letting me show you a carp. Loved the chat. Action was fun. Even the boring times were fun. Hyperbabble mode. Yep, love you too, Kevin. All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one.